Steeler Nation Australia, g'day Steeler Nation Worldwide, and g'day Steeler Nation Universe, and g'day Steeler Nation USFL. Guys, the USFL is back, and I wanted to take a little bit of time to just talk about, the USFL starts tomorrow, and it's quite exciting for a lot of, young fellas and coaches who used to be part of the team. So I was looking through the internet today, like I do most days, to check out what's happening in the Pittsburgh Steelers world. This won't be a fancy video, just going to be a nice, clean cut, having a conversation. And I did look up an article from stillcurtain.com, right, on the internet. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. And it starts to go over some of the former Steelers that are getting a second chance in the USFL. And that's one of the biggest things that I like about the USFL is that it's fellas that can't crack the NFL right now. Hopefully, they can show their craft, their skill set, and move on to do big things in the USFL, and then maybe get a contract for the NFL and see what can happen. So I think it's great that these players come out of college and then the only thing they have is the NFL, but now they have another outlet. If they just can't make it just yet, then at least let them play spring football, put everything on tape, and hopefully they can progress into the NFL, or maybe they'll just be a star at the USFL, right? So this article goes on to say many former Steelers will participate in the USFL this starting weekend, right? We'll go through it. You guys can check the article out. I'm just reading off what I can see. Now, some of these names I don't even know. I cannot even remember, right? The first bloke they talk about is Dravon Askew Henry, defensive back. No idea. And that is one of the reasons why they're giving these guys a chance, right? They're giving these guys a chance because he didn't make it in the NFL. He just couldn't do it, right? The next bloke that comes up who used to be a former Steeler is Trey Williams, running back. He's a New Jersey general in the USFL, and he was from 2017 in the preseason. Yet again, I don't know who he is. But the next bloke who we're going to talk about is Tony Brooks. I always get this wrong. Tony Brooks James, running back, and he was a Steeler from 2019 and 2021. I do remember him a little fast back, and I think even from memory, I think he wore number 40. He played a little bit with the Steelers in 2019. I was like, yeah, we definitely have like a guy that can be sneaky and fast, and I think he can be a Steeler. But then yet again, they end up cutting him, and he doesn't, have a chance in the NFL. But now Tony Brooks James, I always want to say Tony Brooks Jr., but Tony Brooks James is a running back for the Birmingham Stallions who play tomorrow. So I'll be keen to watch him there. And I'm not going to follow the Stallions. I'm going to follow the Pittsburgh Maulers as best I can. But Tony Brooks James had a mini career with the Steelers, 2019 and a little bit of 2021. Didn't work out. Now he gets a chance to go play for the USFL and the Stallions. So I wish him all the luck. The next guy that the article brings up is Brian Allen, cornerback for the Birmingham Stallions. So again, the tomorrow's game versus New Jersey Generals versus the Stallions. Brian Allen used to be a Steeler from 2017 and 2018, right? It says here that he's a former fifth-round selection. And what happened with Allen was he was meant to be, the interception machine and go out there and turn the football over and be the next, a steal at the fifth round. But injuries just got in the way and nothing happened, right? I think he was injured before the 2019 season and the Steelers had to cut him and it just didn't happen. So how good is that, right? So I know a little bit about Brian Allen. He used to be a Steeler. There was promise that he could be a cornerback like 1 or 2 or maybe even 3. And now that what happened with him before the 2019 season, he gets cut, he gets injured. He never comes back to the NFL, never a Steeler again. However, he does go on to now be a cornerback for the Birmingham Stallions. So that is fantastic news for a young cornerback in the NFL. Give that man a job. Let him do what he can do. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see, that's what it's all about, is the USFL guys giving them another chance, right? Now, what happens now is, in the next part of the article, is running backs coach Kirby Wilson. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say that I know this guy, right? But running back coach Kirby Wilson used to coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers from 2007 and 2013. Now, I'll be very up front. Like, I don't remember this guy at all. I started watching the game in 2003 or 2004, and he's a running backs coach, right? However, Kirby Wilson now is the coach of the Pittsburgh Maulers. So a guy that, Kirby Wilson coached or played with Tomlin for, he's got 6 years as a running backs coach, right? During the Mendenhall days. This guy now has a shot to be a coach in the USFL, and that is fantastic. And I will be learning more about Kirby Wilson as I start doing more content and more stuff on my other channel, Maulers Down Under. If you want to check that out, just write in Maulers Down Under on YouTube, and hopefully it comes up. Got about 14 subs now. It's getting up there. But giving Kirby Wilson a chance to coach the game of football is fantastic. An ex-Steeler, running back coach for 6 years, now has a chance to be a head coach for the Pittsburgh Maulers, and I think that is awesome. That is beyond awesome. The next guy they go into is quarterback Paxton Lynch. Now, he is apparently a Michigan Panther quarterback, and he was part of the rotation with the Steelers in 2019. I don't think he saw too much time. I'm not even sure. I don't think he threw too many passes back in the day. But Paxton Lynch was the quarterback taken. It says here 26 overall by Denver Broncos. It didn't really work out. It was a failure right there. And then he ended up landing with the Steelers, and I think it says here, he was about the third string. So here's another chance, a former Steeler and a former Denver Bronco, Paxton Lynch, playing for the USFL, and has a chance to, rejuvenate his career. Like, what better way to watch the game tomorrow and have the chance to? If you guys have the chance to, I would recommend just sending your eyeballs over there for a little bit to see these fellas who have played in the NFL but are getting a second chance. So Lynch, as bad as he was, gets a second chance. The next guy and the last guy from this article from stillcurtain.com that I'll link in the description is Todd Haley. Todd Haley was the offensive coordinator for the Steelers from 2012 to 2017, right? And he is now the coach of the Tampa Bay Bandits. In the first game in the USFL is the Tampa Bay Bandits versus the Pittsburgh Maulers. So you have Kirby Wilson, who used to be the running back coach, and now the offensive coach back in the day, Todd Haley from 2012 to 2017. And we all know how he was quite successful with Big Ben in that offense during that time. And then it started to fizzle away around 2017. But it was super fun to watch him organize the offense from 2012 with AB and all those fellas. So Todd Haley is a coach in the USFL. So those are all the Steelers, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. But to me, it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun seeing the NFL guys who just can't, cut the roster, the fourth string, fifth string. If they had an injury and their time's up, they get a second chance. And that is the best thing. A good thing about life, too, is being given that second chance and see what you can do with it. So I'm excited to see tomorrow's game, New Jersey Generals versus the Birmingham Stallions. I am picking the New Jersey Generals for no reason, just cause, right? Just because I like the name. But yeah, if you guys like the video, we are on the road to 500 subs. If you want to hit that sub, that'd be fantastic. If you don't, you don't. Whatever you want to do. But yeah, thanks guys for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. And as always, here we go, Steelers. Here we go.